Okay, so here is my week 11 update of me going through the Sculpted Vegan Sculpt and Shred 18-month program. I know I look a little bit of a mess today. I haven't showered and took my eyelashes off, my fake lashes off a few days ago and just haven't put them back on. So I went to the gym thinking like, yeah, I look okay, and now I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh my god, I look like a mess. But anyway, so yeah, last week we ended, I just finished phase 1. The phases go, it looks like 10 weeks at a time. And so, well, at least for this part, because there's only 6 phases. So I don't know how it's going to work out in the end, but these first 2 phases are 10 weeks long. And so after I finished my video last week, I went to the website and went through all the phase 2 stuff. And I actually really like how this program is set up, because yeah, phase 1 is just kind of, it's called foundation. And so it's supposed to just get you used to going in the gym, getting comfortable with the equipment, getting comfortable with working out, trying to build consistency. In the phase 1, they had a section on like how to use MyFitnessPal to track your meals, and I'd already been using MyFitnessPal, but she really like goes in there and shows some of these different like settings you can change and like how to kind of use it a little bit more like efficiently. And so that's been really useful. And like I would say, even though I've been kind of playing around with tracking for a couple of years, I'm just now getting to the point that I feel really comfortable with tracking. It's become really easy, and I'm also starting to get to the point that I can see maybe by the end of this, I wouldn't really need to track unless I was like competing, because I'm getting used to like, okay, well, this food has this many calories in it, so I can just kind of like know which foods have more or less calories, which foods have so much fat, so much protein. So I'm starting to get to that point to where I just kind of know things without necessarily having to track them. So that's good. So the main things in the second part, and it's crazy because I brought like some of this up at the in that video yesterday. So one of the things was about like not being sore and whether or not I should feel sore, because I've seen some mixed things about that. Like they're like, oh, you don't necessarily have to feel sore to have a good workout. And she's saying, she's like, no, at this point you should still be getting like some of that delayed onset muscle soreness, the DOMS. And I hadn't really been getting that. Like first week killed me. I was super sore. Second week I was still pretty sore, but like when it got to be like the last few weeks, I wasn't really getting that sore anymore. And so this week she talked about the soreness, and she talked about using progressive overload. So the first 10 weeks was just kind of getting comfortable, you know, trying your best, trying to get consistent. And this week, or this phase, is really focused on kind of like maximizing your workouts and really trying to like see changes. And so, you know, I read the stuff, or I watched the stuff about progressive overload, and I'd already been like kind of familiar with the concept, but you know, that just kind of like refreshed my memory and gave me more motivation to push a little bit harder. And so, and I don't know if this was just like, if I was like using that motivation to work hard this week, or if this was just like one of the good workout weeks. But I felt like my workouts this week were really good. The other thing that changed was my workouts changed just a little bit. And I like that, because the workouts, like, so depending on the day, like some of the like the lighter days, kind of the lighter days, the leg days, I don't have as many like individual workouts that I do, but you know, it's kind of higher intensity with your legs. So like on the leg days, I think they only changed like one workout. So I was still doing the same things except for changing one thing. And same thing on the arm days. Like I think the arm days that have more like things that I do, there was maybe just like 2 things that changed. But they were still kind of similar to what I was doing before. But just like making those little changes that like work the muscle a little bit differently. For instance, like on the leg day, I was doing leg extensions, machine, what is that machine? Smith machine squats and deadlifts, and then something else. Like there's like lunges, walking lunges, and hamstring curls. And on that one, like everything's the same except instead of regular deadlifts, it switched to Romanian deadlifts. So kind of the same thing, but like working a different, different way. And yeah, so I like that. I like that she didn't just like change a whole bunch of stuff so I can still go in and kind of do and still keep making progress on the stuff I was doing before, but just kind of changing things up just a little bit. So at least for me, like this program is, I like how it's laid out and how it's structured. And I did have a great week. I was able to I was really able to lift a lot more weight. And I don't know what happened. It just seemed like overnight, like my grip strength and my forearms, because that was what was holding me back for a lot of stuff, like is just like, even with like chest press and things like that, like my wrist and my forearms and my grip, it seemed like that stuff was bothering me, but that didn't really bother me so much this week. Like I felt like that just like kind of like, I don't know, it felt completely different this week. So yeah, overall the workouts were really good. I felt like I had a lot of energy. I was able to really push myself and get the stuff done. I wanted to add in more cardio because another thing she talked about was your body fat percent, and like calories. So she talked about like if you needed to adjust your meal plan and your calories and your macros. Basically, she's like, if you're over like 23% body fat, like keep your calories like low and or like increase your cardio. So I definitely need to do that. I don't know exactly what my body fat percent is, but it's definitely higher than like 23%. So I did try to I wanted to stay at like 1700 calories because that's like a very, I think that's a good deficit for me, because I think my maintenance is around 1800. But if I go a little bit below that, and she also talked about like not cutting your calories way low, and she talked about your metabolism and how that kind of affects it. And there's all this information out there about like metabolism and things like that, but I don't know, like based on what I already know and what she's saying, like what she's saying seems to be pretty on point with what I think is probably accurate in terms of like metabolism and how to lose weight without totally like throwing off your metabolism to where you can do it kind of like long term. So yeah, I was able to keep my calories. My average weekly calories were 1875. So I'll show you on the app here in a second. Still not focusing on the macros just because that's just so much work. But my main goal is still just the calories. I did try to get in a protein shake every day, and I did get in at least one protein shake every day. But yeah, as far as my meals, I wasn't really like, I was just really like right now, I'm just trying to clean out my, my fridge and my cupboard. So I'm just trying to kind of eat through what I already have. And then yeah, eating some fruit. I was on like a fruit phase this week. I just really wanted something sweet, and I was eating a bunch of fruit. But I don't know, I feel good this week. Like I feel pretty toned. I feel pretty good. I feel like my muscles are starting to show a little bit more, especially in like, I'll see if I can show you my arms and my shoulder. You can kind of see a tricep coming in. It doesn't look like much actually, but like whenever I was in the gym doing like my bicep and shoulder days, I felt like I was starting to like, yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of a muscle coming in there. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Like right now I'm feeling really good. I'm I'm going to go on vacation this coming week, and so that would be 2 days that I would miss my workout. So what I've done is usually Saturday and Sunday are my rest days, but yesterday and today I went ahead and did like my Monday, Tuesday workout. So then Monday I'll do my Wednesday workout. Tuesday I'll be able to get my Thursday workout in, and then I'm going to be on vacation Wednesday, Thursday. I won't be able to work out, and then I come back Friday. So I'm going to try to get my Friday workout in on Friday, and if not, I'll do it on Saturday. So even though I'm going on vacation, I've worked it around. I'm still going to get my workouts in, so I won't feel like I've, you know, kind of fallen back on that. But yeah, I guess that's it. I will get to run through my apps real quick. My weight, okay, no, there's one more thing. So I was feeling like I was definitely like pretty good at sticking, you know, to my 1700 calories, below 1800 for sure, for most of the days, except for one. But my weight like stayed the same or even was going up. And I'm like, this is insane, because I've had days where I was eating a lot of calories and dropped, you know, like 2 pounds. And this day I was like eating like kind of lower calories and still gaining weight. So I'm wondering if this is just like the week in my cycle where my body is just like holding water. And if it is, I'm predicting that either next week or the week after, if I keep at this 1700 calories, which I don't know how vacation will play into that, but if I can keep it at the steady calories for like a month or two, then I can really see like, okay, which weeks, if I'm eating the exact same amount, which weeks is my weight just gonna fluctuate just based on hormones alone, because that seems to happen. So yeah, I guess we'll see over the next week or two like what happens if I try to like stick to these same number of calories. But anyway, I'll run through the apps real quick and then take my measurements. All right, so here's my Fitbit. Oh, I got a lot of sleep last night. Sleep still good. A little bit less sleep this week than usual, but I get some pretty good sleep. So that's all good. My weight. So you'll see, like, even though the calories this week were a little bit lower than they've been like over the last 2 weeks, like especially the week before, my weight is still staying the same and even went up. So last week my average weight was the 139.7, and then this week it was 140.4, but today it started kind of going down again. So I don't know, the weight just is weird. But yeah, it's been around 139, 140 pretty consistently, you can see, over the last, over the last while. And yeah, I guess that's all in here. My Fitness Pal. Looking at my calories. Wait, March 19th. So it's been, yeah, most of the days below the 1700. I guess it did kind of creep up on Thursday and Friday and yesterday. So maybe not as well as I thought I'd done, but still the average of 1875. And that's definitely like within my maintenance range. So maybe that's why. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then maybe after I get back from my vacation, I'll really try to focus on keeping it at that 1700. Macros, yeah, not focused on my protein. So the goal there, you can see, is to have 40% protein. I only got about half of that. Higher fat, higher carbs. So yeah, that'll be something I'll work on in the future. But for now, I'm just focused on the calories. And I guess that's it. So I'll hop over and do my measurements. Okay, so here's how we're looking in my workout clothes. Still, I feel pretty good in the workout clothes. It's feeling pretty good. I can suck it in pretty good if I wanted to. The back. And then like I said, still got some body fat to lose, but hopefully I'm just gonna stick to the workouts and the calories and just see what happens over the next couple weeks, and then really try to work on the macros after that. So looks about the same. But I'm hoping, like I said, in the next couple of weeks, if I stick to the lower calories, maybe I'll start like seeing more of a difference and pushing my workouts. So all right, I don't really like, I feel more toned, but I don't really expect it to any substantial things to show in the measurements this week. But my legs are feeling like pretty solid. So here, oh, so 30 and a half. Oh, it's the same as last week. Because yeah, I had lost a little bit last week. It was 31 the week before, and this week it's the same. We'll see. $34 and a half. So last week I have 34 and a quarter. So maybe that went back up, but still it's been around 34 for the last couple weeks. When I started, it was like, it got up to like 36. So my chest has gone down, which is not necessarily the place that I want to lose, but for me, it happens. This looks like 31. Okay, so my waist is a little bit bigger. 31 and a half. Last week it was 31. So my waist has gone up. And I have drank a lot of water today, and I had a protein shake, so I don't know. And then my hips. Up just a little bit. I had it 39 and a quarter last week. It's like right between that and a half. So I'll just put, it's closer to a half, so I'll put 39. Is that right, 39? Yeah, 39 and a half. I must have, oh, it's going up, because it was like 38. And 3/4 a couple weeks ago, so I don't know. And then my thigh. Has been going down. Whoa. My thighs have been going down, but I don't know if it's going to show that this week. Okay, yeah. 20 and a half. So my thighs have been the ones that have been going down. Last week it was 20 and 3/4. The week before it was 21. The week before it was 21 and a quarter. So my thighs have been like slowly going down, and everything else has been kind of going up and down. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like over the next couple of weeks, if I can stay consistent, if I can keep doing a good job with my workouts, I may try to increase my cardio this week. I forgot to actually do the rowing machine today, but I've been trying to spend at least 5 minutes on the rower before I start my workout, just to get like my heart rate up and just add in a little bit more cardio. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I hate cardio though. Like, I probably do need to be doing more cardio, because basically I just walk for an hour. I've been trying to up the speed that I walk from like pretty slow, 2.5 miles per hour to 3. But yeah, that's another thing that I'm just trying to like avoid cardio and macros right now. But I know at some point I'm gonna have to step it up for that. But I'm still happy. I'm still glad that I'm staying fairly consistent. Like I said, even if my calorie and macro tracking isn't like where I want it to be, I'm still like glad that I'm at least developing the habit to track every day, and I'm shocked that I've actually kept up with tracking for so long. So yeah, I think over this next 10 weeks, I do think they'll start to be more visible results. And that was another thing that she said in the thing, is like, at this point, and in phase 2 and 3 is when people will start getting discouraged, because they'll feel like they're working so hard and not seeing the results that they would expect. But I definitely am feeling results, but yeah, not seeing them yet, but I wasn't expecting. So really, she said like phase 4 through 6 is the one where you really hopefully start to see results. But yeah, for now I'm just happy with feeling comfortable in the gym. And I'm definitely feeling really comfortable, because I went to a new gym for the workouts for the past 2 days, and I went by myself. I didn't have my roommate with me, and I was able, like, the machines were a little bit different, but I was able to kind of like look at what the machines were supposed to do, and just kind of intuitively figure out like how to adjust the machines to do what I want. There's one machine that I haven't figured out yet, and I was too like nervous to like play around with it with people in the gym. I was kind of hoping that I would get the gym to myself, but I didn't. It's the assisted pull-up machine. It just is set up a little bit different than the ones I have at the other gyms I go to, so I'm gonna try to figure that out. I'll have to if I go there for my back workout. But anyway, yeah, I'll have my other update next week, and we'll just keep seeing how it goes.